In this video, I want to create an offset section of our assembly. So I'm going to start with Model View, and I'm going to go to Assembly number 2, and I'm just going to click on Top as the view I want to start with. Now notice that as I bring that in, it automatically jumps to a projected view. But I don't want that, so I'm going to click the check mark right here and be done. As I click on the viewport, now the properties come up for this. I'm going to use a custom scale, user defined. I'm going to use that goofy 1.5 again so it's nice and big. I'm also going to turn on the hidden lines of that. Alright, so there's my top view I want to work with. In order to start the section, this section right here will just give me a full section, but I want to do an offset section that goes through this hole and then comes down, goes through the center, then comes down again, and then goes through the bottom of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with, I'm going to turn on my sketch toolbar, and I'm going to draw some center lines in. I'm going to just hover over the center right here so I have the center. That's kind of where I want to start. So I'm going to click there. I'm going to come across, and I'm going to find the center here. And this, you kind of have to be careful with this one in order not to get. So find the quadrant, bring it, make sure it's lined up, and then across. All right, so I've got my center line in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the center line and use the Control key and highlight the center line all the way through. So having the Control key down, selecting the line, now I have the center line selected all the way through. That will become my cutting plane line. As I go over here to my Drawings toolbar again, I'm going to click on Section, and it will have that already highlighted. It'll use that as my cutting plane. As I click this in, notice that it came in backwards or upside down. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to double click the cutting plane line. Double click the cutting plane line, and it will reverse it. But now I have some lines in here. What it's telling me is that this view is now wrong. So all I have to do is go up and find the rebuild button at the top, click on that rebuild button, and it will fix it. So now I'm just going to separate these a little bit, and that is how you produce an offset section using the section tool. Remember, I drew a center line here first, highlighted the entire center line, then clicked on section view. If the arrows are going the wrong direction, double click the section view. It'll flip the arrows, and then in order to update the view at the bottom, click on the rebuild button. One thing I've just noticed is that this section view down here has the hidden lines in it. We don't want the hidden lines in it, so I'm just going to hidden lines, remove that, and now I have my offset section down here.